What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing a musical. Now, I don't know if y'all know this about me. Musicals are not my favorite genre in film. I'm very picky with musicals. I didn't watch Les Miserables. I didn't watch Chicago. Moulin Rouge, I was in and out. I'm very picky with musicals. Either I hate them off the bat. I didn't watch West Side Story. The new joint. I remember the old one. I didn't watch the new one. They just gonna be singing in mid real conversation. We got a full choreograph in the streets. People just coming out of nowhere. The paper boy and the butcher. We all dancing. We all know the moves. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm out. The Color Purple was an amazing drama to me from like 1986, 85, 86. I'm not sure when it came out. With Whoopi Goldberg, directed by Steven Spielberg, based on the Alice Walker book. And I really enjoyed that movie. Like it's really a sad tale, but it's very well done. And I feel like Whoopi Goldberg got robbed of an Oscar for that movie. I think they gave her an Oscar in Ghost just to make up for them not giving her the Oscar. And that was her film debut. That's what made it even better. But I digress. And when it comes to musicals, there are 3 musicals that are my favorite 3 musicals of all time. My holy trinity. And this is why I say, if I love it, I love it. If I hate it, I hate it. There's really no middle ground with me in musicals. Little Shop of Horrors with Rick Moranis. The Blues Brothers with Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. That is a musical. And The Wiz with Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones on the ones and twos. Those 3 musicals are my holy trinity of musicals. I love those. Honorable mention, Dreamgirls was a good time. Now when I say musicals, I'm not talking about like, there are different ways music movies are set up. You have the musical where you just suspend reality and we gonna do song and dance numbers in the middle of the street. No matter what's going on, we're gonna have a full out dance session. Strangers knowing all the moves, everybody's in sync. Or you have the musical movies where the music comes from them performing the music. Like a Bohemian Rhapsody or like the 5 Heartbeats, even though the 5 Heartbeats has one scene where him and his sister are singing in the bedroom. But for the most part, it was just the music comes from they're actually performing within the movie to an audience. Those are the musicals I prefer. Was just like A Star Is Born, for example, or like, stuff like that where you just sing them, either make the music or perform the music to an audience. But when it's just a straight musical West Side Story where we're fighting as a gang, but we're fighting in dance moves, 5, 6, 7, 8, coming up the block, twirling and spinning. Get your boy up out of here. Once we doing this in the streets, the fire hydrants in the back and 5, 6, 7, 8 twirling and somebody running through and we running like this. Oh, get your boy up out of here. I'm super picky then. So The Color Purple now is a musical. And it's been on Broadway for years. The Color Purple stars Fantasia, Taraji P. Henson, Danielle Brooks as Sophia. Now The Color Purple story set in like, the early 1900s and spanning decades actually. This is a very different time, deep in the South. There's segregation, racism. But within that, there's also severe sexism and family dynamics of just like incest and brutality and just like a woman has no place. This is rooted in The Color Purple. And you got Celie who was forced to have children at a very young age. Just tossed off to be married to anybody to just be like, hey man, let me take your daughter's hand in marriage. All right, take her. And then it's as simple as that. She don't even like this man. And then the man that even asked, he was like, let me get her sister. Like, nah, I ain't giving you her sister because her sister's too pretty and too smart. Take the ugly one. This is what he said about his own daughters. Take her, man. All right, I'll take her. Now come here. My wife died. I got these kids. You my wife now, clean the house up and let me sex up on you whenever I'm ready for it. Just a very, just like, oh, man, this is how you live in your life. And this is how, and Celie was just like, all right, this is my new life. She's just going with the flow at all points of this. Yeah, I'm going to have babies and get my babies taken from me. All right, I'm hurt, but I'm going to just keep moving. And Celie is just the epitome of just like resilience in the face of just like pure inhumane setups. Enter Sophia, who's a very no nonsense, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I don't care if you a man or not. I ain't gonna put up with no bullshit. Sophia is a firecracker. Like, look, ain't no man gonna be out here running me. I'ma run him. I'ma tell him what's what. And Celie's like, who is this? Like, I'm Sophia, bitch. This is what's going on. And so Celie's just like, wow, this is like strength. And this is like, I've never seen anything like this. And Sophia is dating the son of her husband, Mr. So she pretty much raised this young man. So when she raises him, he gets with Sophia. And he's just like, man, I don't know how to control Sophia, man. And Celie's like, I guess you got to beat her. And then he tried it. And he got his ass whooped, I'm sure. And then Sophia's like, why you tell Harpo to beat me? I didn't know this. That's all I know. And that's all Celie knew. And it wasn't like she wanted Sophia to be beaten. It was just like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Just beat her. I'll be getting beat. And so it's just like, damn, they got to go through this. And like, now mind you, it's musical, numbers going on all throughout the storytelling. Cut to Suge Avery is a woman that's a successful and famous singer that Mr. used to be in love with back in the day. Word is, Suge Avery's coming back in town. Mr. just like, oh man, she coming back in town. I gotta get ready. Like, unapologetically lusting after a woman that's not his wife. It's just like, what you gonna do, Celie? Suge Avery can stay with us. He cleaning up. He in better spirits. He is in love with this woman. So the dynamic is, forget that you even the wife right now. You are just cattle. Suge Avery. Now, Suge Avery is another beacon of light to Celie. It's just like, yo, who is this woman that's free in her own womanhood and just like she's strong and she gonna speak her mind, and she's not as like rough and tumble as Sophia, but she's in that same vein of just like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. They here to see me. I'm the big ticket. I'm the prize. And so Celie's just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So Celie is even though her husband, if you want to call him that, is smitten with Suge Avery, so is Celie. Celie's just like, oh man, Suge Avery is amazing. So they're both in love with this woman. And you can see why. It's like she's vibrant. She's getting attached to Suge, and there's a relationship there. There's like a love, there's an attraction there also. Suge wants to get back on the road. Celie like, take me with you. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'll be back. I'll come back to get you later on. So we go through, and pretty much, y'all know the story of The Color Purple. But what it's all about now is, a lot of people just like, why are they redoing The Color Purple? We already had The Color Purple in the 80s. Steven Spielberg did an amazing job. Why are we redoing this? Why are we coming back to this? Why are we back on this? Some more suffering, some more black suffering. And it was a successful, play on Broadway. So now I'm watching it with different eyes and from a musical perspective. But now, with this one, I feel like the story made more sense to me now with the new one. Like, I feel like they took their time going into certain details that they didn't really cover too much in the original from 1980, the 1986 one. So I was just like, oh, okay. I feel like I understood the story better in this new musical. Some of the dramatic beats in the film were like scene for scene against the other one. So some of those didn't really hit as hard as the Steven Spielberg one. Like, when the sisters got separated, or when Celie finally had that moment of defiance. I feel like it hit harder back in the Steven Spielberg one. And it's unfortunate because of course you're going to compare it because it's the same film. How can you not compare the two? The other elements of it were strong to where I was just sitting in certain details that I kind of didn't pick up on in the original. So they're both kind of winning and losing on both terms in that regard. And a couple of the songs were good, but I just like the fact, I feel like, I'm not sure which movie was longer on the runtime tip, but I feel like I just understood everything a little bit more in this new one. So with that being said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the performances. I think Fantasia was really good in the lead role. Taraji P. Henson and Danielle all delivered. I feel like they all delivered. And that's not a knock on the Steven Spielberg one because they delivered as well. I think Oprah did a phenomenal job in the original, but so did Danielle in this one. So, but it's those familiar beats. But forget all that, man. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of The Color Purple? Well, here it is. Yo, we need some oil in this chair, man. This oil is screaming bloody musical right now. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of The Color Purple? I'm giving The Color Purple 4 saxophones out of 5. It's good. It's good. The initial opening number on the musical tip, I was just like, it's gonna be a long movie. But as the movie progressed and the musical numbers were good, and Fantasia was really dope, and we all know she can sing. But I could stomach the musical numbers. And there was one particular song that they sang together when they were young. I was like, yo, this is a good song right here. So I was like, all right, I was happy. But I feel like the ensemble cast did a really good job, and I enjoyed it. I was just like, all right, I cried. So once you get my eyeballs going, and my eyeballs was going. The eyeballs was going. And like the ending, we all know how it ends. It got me again. My right eyeball was Leak City. It was just, I had one tear on the left, but my right eyeball connected to it more than the left. I don't know what my right eyeball went through that the left didn't go through, but man, my right eyeball was done, man. But you know, it's The Color Purple. It's sad. And I felt like the new one had a better spirit of uplift throughout. Before we even get to the end, I feel like there were more uplifting moments sprinkled throughout the film. Even while the drama and the trauma is going on, there was a lot of uplift sprinkled throughout that I feel like it felt more hopeful than the 80s version. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But let me turn around slow, because this chair is doing its own musical number, complete with choreography and okay. All right. Yeah. That's oh. Yeah. All right, peeps. That's my review of The Color Purple. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. And if you haven't seen it yet, do you plan on watching it, or are you just like, man, they already did this in '86? Let me know what you're doing. And let me know if you like the original Color Purple. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.